Hello guys, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Dolapo, and on this channel I talk about fully funded scholarships for international students. Now, as I mentioned in my last video, if you haven't watched my last video, I talked about one of the scholarships that the University of Leeds is offering, which is the Alan and Nesta Ferguson Charitable Trust Scholarship. So I'm going to leave the link here for you to go watch that video. The deadline is also fast approaching. Now, this is another generous scholarship offered by the University of Leeds as well. If you would like to study in the UK in 2025, September 2025, and if you look at the eligibility requirements and you are eligible for this scholarship, then please go ahead and apply for this scholarship. This is another very good one as well to apply to. Now, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing this well, but it's called the Bates Munro University of Leeds Scholarship. Now, this is a one-year fully funded scholarship for a full-time master's study in session 2025 and 2026. Now, it's a fully funded scholarship for international students, and this scholarship offer includes your tuition fees, a maintenance allowance, a return economy travel, and other allowances. Now, who is eligible for this scholarship? This scholarship is eligible for applicants who are nationals of Malawi, Zambia, or Zimbabwe, who hold permanent residence there, and or intend to return to their country after their studies, and who have applied to full-time taught master's courses. Now, the deadline for this scholarship is the 7th of February, so it's fast approaching as well. And the conditions for this scholarship is that it's only for applicants with first class or distinction or upper second class honors degrees or equivalent at undergraduate level. Okay, now let's look at how to apply. To apply for this scholarship, applicants must first of all apply for a master's course at the University of Leeds before completing the scholarship application form. Now, if you visit the trust website, it will give you more information about how to apply. So this is the website, and of course it shows you some of the previous successful applicants for this scholarship. It talks about what the scholarship is about. It also gives you more information about the eligibility requirement. For example, it talks here about the academic capability. It talks here about those who are already hold a postgraduate degree are likely only in the most exceptional cases to be considered for this scholarship. Okay, so the trust usually decides to offer the opportunity to worthy candidates who do not already have a postgraduate qualification. It also talks about professional work experience, which is important in the award of a scholarship. It says that this professional experience should be relevant to your proposed field of study. As a guide, you need to have at least 3 years of work experience that will be backed up by a positive employer's reference, and that can boost your application. It also says that the trust values work experience in itself, but also as an index to leadership potential in your chosen field. Now, it also talks about voluntary work, and I'm always pro adding your voluntary experience as well to it. And it says that as evidence of your pro bono engagement with your community, they would ask about volunteering opportunities or volunteering work that you have done. It says it's not essential. It says it's not essential, but it is also in itself a sufficient alternative to a professional work experience. So if you don't have at least 3 years of work experience, but you do have volunteering experience, this is also sufficient for your application. And that's why I always advise that as much as possible, try to have some volunteering experience. Think about in your community, what volunteering work can you do in your community. This really helps to boost your scholarship applications. Now, it talks about leadership qualities as well. It said this is very important to the trust and is an indication of your ability to contribute to economic and social uplift to the benefits of the people of your country. It also mentions here references. Okay, this helps us to make a rounded assessment of you on paper. The referees are most effective when they can point to evidence-based examples of your leadership or your achievements and your potential and your professional potential beyond the ordinary. So you need to have good references as well. Now, relevance of your proposed course of study. They say that they will focus on developmental academic disciplines. So, for example, those that contribute to the advancement of Zambia, Zimbabwe, and Malawi in fields such as medicine or health, engineering, education, economic growth, agriculture, and conservation. These categories are not exhaustive, but the trust does not consider applications for MBAs. So please take note of that. It also says that you must state the willingness to return to your own country. So please do not miss this in your application. The choice of university, you must apply only within the partner universities, and one of that is the University of Leeds, which is where we're coming from currently. That's the website we're coming from, the University of Leeds. And it also talks about some of the, I think when we go further down, we're going to see some of the other universities as well. And it also says here that doctors and vets should have completed 18 months of internship and at least a 1-year posting in the country. That if you're a doctor or a vet applying for this scholarship, these are the requirements. Experience in rural practice is also especially welcome. The trust cannot consider applications from those who have already begun a course. So these are the university partnerships as well, and the partner universities in the United Kingdom. So that means that not just only the University of Leeds, but University of Glasgow, University of Edinburgh, University of Cambridge, University of Oxford, and all of these other partner universities in the UK are also offering this scholarship. So please, you can also have a look at their website, and why not even see if you can apply to multiple universities for this same scholarship. That would also increase your chances. These are some partner universities in South Africa, and this talks about what the scholarship covers. It covers your fees, your tuition fees, any academic expenses as well. These are paid by the trust directly to the partner universities. Your personal allowance in itself as well will cover your maintenance support. You also get other allowances for your arrival, your laptop, and your departure as well. It also says that the scholarship will cover economic class tickets for your initial journey and on your final return as well. But they said here that no allowances can be paid for spouses and other family members or dependents. Now, how do you apply for this scholarship? You have to apply to a UK university. So you apply directly for admission to one of the partner universities that have been stated above, and only to those universities, okay? And apply via their website, which will guide you. It also says that you need to notify the relevant university where applicable that you would be approaching the trust for scholarship funding. Take note of that. Then, as long as the course or the courses that you wish to pursue are available, then you may apply to more than one partner university at a time. And said, indeed, we recommend you to do so, which will increase your chances of acceptance and to broaden the scholarship opportunities available. So remember, I mentioned earlier that you can actually apply to more than one partner university. So now that I stated here, that's wonderful. So that shows that if you want to increase your chances of getting the scholarship, please don't apply to just one partner university. There are different partner universities in the UK that we just had a look at. If you can, apply to as many of them, and this can increase your chances of acceptance. And it also says here that once you have an offer from your chosen partner university, then you should apply as early as possible. So you have to first of all apply to the university for the course you'd like to study, and then once you get an offer, apply for this scholarship. Your application with all of the supporting documents must be uploaded via the scholarship application link, which they will provide. It also states here that you need 3 references, okay? Please take note of this. An academic reference, a character reference, and an employer reference as appropriate. Now, the referees you're going to use, or the references you're going to use, they're going to have separate and individual forms, and the link will be forwarded to them by you, the applicant. This link that you need to forward to your referees will become available once you have submitted your scholarship application form electronically. So it's important that you give these forms to your referees to sign on time, so that wouldn't cause any delay in your application. It also says here that we prefer referees to use the link that has been provided in the application form. If, however, they can only provide their reference by email, then you should forward them the relevant forms and they can download it here. So these are the links to the relevant forms: the employer reference form, the character reference form, and the academic reference form. So it's important that you let your referees know on time, okay, that they will be sent a link, and they should, expect that link or expect the form to be sent to them so that you can get your reference form back, or they can submit it in time to aid your application. Now, this is for the South African Partner University applications as well. All of the information are listed here if you're interested. And the deadline for this scholarship, as I mentioned earlier, is the 7th of February. Okay, so the deadline is fast approaching. So please start your application process now. Apply to the relevant partner university and then apply for the scholarship. And I wish you all of the very best. So these are all of the documents that you need to submit with your application. It talks about a signed medical certificate form from your doctor, a copy of your offer letter, your degree results like your certificates and your transcripts, your CV, your personal statement. Okay, if you don't know how to write a personal statement, I do have a video on my channel on how to write an outstanding personal statement and the guidelines that you should follow. I'm going to leave the link to that in this video as well. And then it also talks about submitting a clear recent photograph of yourself, not a passport photo, but something that shows you to your best advantage, and a clear copy of your valid passport that will show your date, or that will show the date of issue and expiry date. And then you click here to apply for the scholarship. I'm going to leave the link in the description of this page. Okay, so have a look at that. Because I'm not applying for the scholarship, I'm not going to go ahead to continue the application, but the links are all here. Now the deadline is stated here again, and these are some frequently asked questions. I always advise also look at the frequently asked questions, because most times any question that you have may already have been answered here. But if probably none of the questions you have is listed here, then you can always contact the trust or you can contact the partner university. So if we go back, I want to see if there's any other information that is stated in the first page, and then we can see if there's any other thing that we need to know. It talks about how the scholarships are awarded, and this is for the University of Leeds. Remember, the University of Leeds is not just the only university or partner university for this scholarship. There are lots of other universities in the UK that have partnered with this trust to offer this scholarship. Now, further information: the scholarship provides up to 8 full awards and is open to applicants from Malawi, Zambia, Zimbabwe to undertake a 1-year Toastmasters program, which meets the aims of the scheme, which is to provide long-term benefits for their own country, with the exception of an MBA. We already know that because we already saw that earlier. And applicants need to hold in a degree of equivalent standard to at least a UK upper second class honors degree. So unlike the previous scholarship I talked about, the Alan and Nesta, that requires you to have a first class degree, but this requires you to have at least a UK upper second class honors degree. Okay, to be able to apply or be eligible for this scholarship, you need to also have relevant work experience after your first degree. And remember, we talked about having volunteering experience as well. And applications from those who have already begun a course will not be considered. So that is the summary for this scholarship. I hope that you found this video helpful. If you did, please kindly like this video, share to someone that you know who is also interested in applying for a fully funded scholarship in 2025, and please kindly subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed already. So this is all for the Beat Munro University of Leeds scholarship, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.